Hi everyone, Moonsalt Stables here. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I last uploaded a video here, but with the big announcement from Breyer that Breyerfest will be completely online this year, I thought I would post my own personal thoughts on the models. This video will cover the Celebration Horse and the Raffle models, and I'll also rank the special runs from my most to least desired. I will post a different video later on when all of the other models, such as the store specials, the pop-up tent models, and the single-day stablemates are revealed. I have never actually been to Breyerfest before, so I'm actually really excited to be able to actually participate this year, even if it's only virtually. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and jump into these models, starting with the Celebration Horse. Now, the Celebration model comes with every 3-day ticket, and this year the model is Ballino Castle. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I apologize if I butcher any of the names of these models. And this particular model is on the Show Jumping Warmblood mold. Now, I don't really care for this mold, but I do like the color in these promo photos, so I'm unsure if I'll actually end up keeping mine. However, I do need more Warmbloods in my show string, and I'm glad that Breyer used the loose mane and tail version of the mold. I definitely would be selling or customizing mine if they used the braided mane and tail version. So overall, while he's not my favorite Celebration Horse Breyer has ever used, I am excited to see what he looks like in person, and I'll kind of go from there to determine if I want to keep mine or not. Up next, we have the early bird model, Flynn. Flynn is a glossy black on the Esprit mold. There are 3 of these models in total, and anyone who buys an early bird 3-day ticket will be automatically entered into a raffle to win him. Breyer has extended the early bird ticket deadline to April 30th as opposed to the normal April 15th. Remember that just like every single year, 3-day ticket sales are limited, so get those purchased as soon as you can if you do want to get a 3-day ticket. I have bought 1 ticket and I'm hoping to get another one before the early bird deadline. While the model isn't necessarily my favorite, I am excited to actually have the opportunity to have my name in a Breyerfest raffle because I've never had the opportunity before. And speaking of Breyer raffles, let's get on to the Saturday and Sunday raffles. The Saturday raffle is Order of the Thistle, which is a model on the new Hamilton mold, which is that new American saddlebred. I actually really like this one. I'm not normally a huge fan of rare or hard to find models, but I genuinely love the color on this model. I might actually throw in a couple bucks just to try to get some tickets in there. I doubt I'll actually win, but again, I'm excited to actually have the opportunity, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I really like this guy. Granted, I won't go hunt him out on the secondary market, but he is still very, very nice. Up next is our Sunday raffle model, which is Fields of Heather, a very detailed Appaloosa on the brand new Akolteke mold. This one's a really nice one as well. Again, I am not normally one that particularly likes very rare or hard to find models. I am very much an advocate for regular run models, but this one is very nice. I don't know if I'll enter for this raffle, but I am excited to see in-hand photos from anybody that actually wins him. He is super pretty. And now that we have covered those raffle models, I'm going to jump right into the special runs. And again, these are going to be ranked from the ones that I really want to the ones that I don't necessarily want in my collection at any point. So without further ado, let's start with my most desired special run, which is the Marin Falls set, or Brigid and Beltane. Again, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but this is on the new Rian and Kadesh molds. They are super cute. I love how tiny they are. I don't know if you've ever seen them in person, but they are such cute, tiny little pony molds, and I love them. I was really hoping they were going to have a special run release on the Marin Falls, so I was super excited when they announced this one. I was actually getting ready to set up a pickup, but now that I can buy these online, I'm super excited. I really hope I'll be able to actually get them. I hope I'll have a good enough spot in line, depending on how Breyer works out these special run lines. So these are definitely the ones I want the most. And my second choice for a special run is the Slancia Surprise. However, this could very easily change depending on how Breyer does this. Because if Breyer decides to reveal the mold on Friday or whenever during Breyerfest, if they reveal the mold to be like Credelsa, which is one that I actually think the model's going to be on, that was like Banks Vanilla and Beachcomber. I love her and I would need the surprise horse if it's on that mold. However, if it's a mold I don't like, then I can scrap this model completely and just go right on to the next in line. Or if they don't announce it at all, I'll try to buy at least one just because I like that feeling of the chase that you get from the surprise horse. My third special run that I would want is one that was just announced today. Breyer announced that they will be having 9 special runs, and this one is Boodikka, which is the decorator for this year. I know I'm in the minority, but I actually really like her. I like the pattern. I like the red mane and tail. I think it's really cool. I have a love for modern decorators, and even though the mold isn't my favorite, the color is kind of winning me over. But this is another one that I might end up changing my mind on once Breyerfest gets closer, just because I'm so indecisive, so it'll just kind of, I'll see what happens, but I really like this decorator model, and I'm so excited to see in-person photos and videos of her. Up next, we have Epona, which is a gray pinto on the strapless mold. This is one that would be my number one choice if she was released in the loose mane and tail. I don't like braided manes and tails on my models, so I would have definitely preferred her as a loose mane and tail, but I just love that color, that gray and white. The shading is really nice. I hope she looks just as nice in person. So she is definitely one that I might end up getting, but is one that I won't necessarily be heartbroken if I don't get. The next model on my list is one that I really like the color of, but the mold just doesn't necessarily fit in my collection. This one is Lou on the Sham mold. I don't collect a lot of vintage molds. I'm very picky about the vintage molds that I like, and this isn't necessarily one of them, but I do love that color. That tail is just gorgeous, and he looks really good in gloss, which is why he's higher on my list than some of my other choices down the line. So he's one that, again, I might end up getting, but I won't be heartbroken if I don't get, and I do want to see in-person photos of him. The next special run on my list is another vintage mold that doesn't necessarily fit in my collection, but the color is nice. This one is Thorn on the Triconor mold with the updated tail, which I am glad they used the updated tail and not the original vintage tail. I do think the mold is cute and charming, and I really like the color, but he just doesn't speak to me as a whole. He's not one that I feel like I need in my collection, so not really one that I'm planning on getting, but it's another case of I want to see him in person. I want to see if his color is as pretty in person, so I'm excited. My next in line is pretty low on my list and is one that might come as a surprise to a lot of people because I've seen a lot of people really liking this model. This one is Oak on the new Georg mold, and the mold itself is okay. He's not my favorite. I don't tend to like a lot of the Emerald Draft molds. I know that's very blasphemous to say, but he's not my favorite mold. The color is okay. I don't like that hard cutoff where the neck meets the shoulder. That one's one that I will need to see how that's done in person before I can decide if I actually like the color, but it's one that I don't think I will need. I will let people that like him more get him. That being said, though, I do think this is the one that's going to be the matte glossy split, so we'll see how that goes. And my second to last special run choice is Hamish, which is the animal special run for this year. I do genuinely like a lot of Breyer's animals. I love their wildlife series, but this bull just does not speak to me. He's one that I had higher hopes for the animal model for this year, but he's just not speaking to me even with that really intricate pattern. So I hope that everyone that collects the cattle really like him, but I just don't care for him, so that is why he is very low on my list. And finally, the special run that I want the least, the very last special run on my list, is Ash on the Othello mold. Now, I know a lot of people love Othello, and I love the mold too. I love moody molds. I even love gloss. Heck, his name is even my own nickname. However, the color just does not speak to me at all. He's just so boring to me. I don't actively collect a lot of light gray models, and I don't really want to add this guy into my collection. I know a lot of hobbyists conga Othello, and I hope you are all able to obtain him, but he's just not on my wanted list. Overall, I am super excited to see what special runs I'm able to obtain, to see if I can get any from the top of my list. And I know Breyer will do an amazing job at bringing a virtual Breyerfest to life. So what special run are you most hoping to get? Let me know down in the comments. Remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Breyer videos. Also, check out my Instagram accounts. I am a little more active on there, and I will see you in my next video.